Yeah.
Guess who's back? Back again. What's up?
Good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome back to Lie to Yourself.
I have a brown
Y'all, Crystle was out here giving off a show. Lord,
raising my hand.
Brittany.
Luckily, I caught it.
That's what you've known for so long. And for me, like a person like me who's been in a relationship for such a long time, even though I didn't realize how toxic it was until the end. So y'all are gonna think I'm super weird, okay? Fun fact, Lady J is real weird about her food, okay? But my whole entire life, I was like, white sauce does not belong on spaghetti, and chicken definitely don't belong in those spaghetti. No, I grew up, for real, listen, I'm just text real quick, and I'm gonna just, hey, how you been? How's work?
I love food. I won't call myself a foodie, but Lady J, I am like an experienced girl, right?
Okay.
The plating matters to me, right? If I go somewhere.
Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Thank you for joining again for another episode of Lie to Yourself, Not Me, Real Talk with Miss Lady J. Thank y'all for joining us on this Friday. I appreciate it. Y'all, my co-host, my friend, my bestie, she back, y'all. Miss Crystle D, come on in the room, girl. Come on in the room.
Hold on. So y'all got me over here remixing and DJing. I'm wearing another hat tonight, so forgive me. Yeah. Tell them, Lady J.
So tonight, y'all, we are without our other bestie, Mr. Michael Hennessy. So tonight, y'all, tonight we got a special situation. We got Miss Crystle D over here. She over here producing and stuff as we are in the show. So if things are a little bit different, understand. She's moving in a new hat. She got a new hat on right tonight, so she's
yes.
So, but Miss Lady, you were off last Friday. You were missed. How was your weekend? How was your week?
Well, it was a good week. I have a whole headline list to roll down, but we don't have enough time to talk about it. So I'm going to give you guys the high level update. Last week, I did catch the show, so it was a great show. I was super excited to see Relationship Gumbo and Lady J. It was really, really good stuff. So, but I did miss you all. I took a trip into Baltimore and hung out with some friends. And I'll tell y'all, high level, how my week went, right? It is very important to resolve unresolved relationships. I'm going to leave that with y'all. Let's simmer on that one, right? It's very, very important. Also, what else happened during my week? I'm trying a new face wash. So I have pimples all up and down here right now. I'm having like a huge purge, right? So I will not be going on dates or even going outside for the next 90 days until I really figure out this situation with my new face wash. I'll keep you updated with the brand, y'all. But long story short, I'm trying something new and they got me breaking out, but I'm trying to work it out. We're gonna see if this comes through because I need to get my skin right for the summer. Next high level update I will give you all is I started seeing someone new. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? She's blonde with blue eyes. And she wears cowboy boots. It's my chiropractor. Oh my God, y'all, I am in love. When I tell you, if you do not have a chiropractor, you need to get one. So
when I really thought she was about to tell me she was seeing somebody, y'all. When I really thought y'all, she set me up for the okie doke. I just knew I was like, wait a minute. Hold on.
Listen, I am 4 visits in and I'm breathing different. I'm moving different. I'm standing different. And I am in love. You don't have a chiropractor, go get one. And then like another highlight of the weekend, it's not really a highlight, but I just hope we can dive in, like just touch on it a little bit is, did you hear about Kevin Samuels?
Mr. Hennessy did call me this morning because y'all know I don't watch the news. I know people are like, why don't you watch the news? That's so stupid. Because the news depresses me. Hi, Tonio. The news depresses me, okay? So I don't watch the news. I stay away from it. as much as I possibly can.
Right.
And so, yes, Mr. Hennessy, hey, relationship gumbo, hey, sir, how are you? It makes me sad. So I do not, but I did hear that, and I was like, nah, for real? Because I think he called him like my best friend or something. He said something real strange, and I was like, are you talking about what you call it? He was like,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So I was like, oh, snap. I was like, are you serious? So we talked about it. We touched on it a little bit. But we didn't go real in depth with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did hear.
Oh gosh. He
You're
said
so
I was
silly.
talking about a new boo as well, I think.
You're so silly,
I
Tonio.
think I got all y'all with the chiropractor story, but yeah, that was some news, and I was ready to come and talk about everything else with my week, but like I know we talked before, Lady J, right, about having a conversation touching on some of his rhetoric, if you will, and
We
I know
did. I definitely told shameless plug. I definitely told that relationship gumbo that I need him to come back to the show so we could talk about Kevin Samuels. We have behind the scenes, because you guys don't get to see us when we're behind the scenes having conversations, but we absolutely have touched on having a conversation about Kevin Samuels and how it works. Because fun fact, Lady J, because she's so out the loop of the news and things of that nature, does not know all of the details of Kevin Samuels and his things. Where did I find out about Kevin Samuels? Where else?
on TikTok.
So there was a conversation in the room one time where they started bringing it up, and I had some, like, the way they explained it to me, I had some specific views. I'll save those views for when we do have the conversation.
Right.
I think it sucks that he has passed. I don't know what he said, God rest his soul or whatnot. I don't know what people say. Condolences to his family members, and things of that nature. But I feel like that topic is still a relevant topic, because I feel like, from what I've heard, it's something that will linger for a while. Hey, keeping it real. Hi, Kevin Kim. So I feel like it's something that will linger on for a good amount of time. So we definitely do want to have the conversation. Well, I do. I know. And I know Crystle has wanted to have this conversation as well about Kevin Samuels and his views, his ideas, his thoughts, how he maneuvered. And I know that Relationship Gumbo is interested in having some conversation. So, Relationship Gumbo, I am inviting you to come back and have this conversation with us about Kevin Samuels. And so, yeah, I did find out today that he had passed, and I was like, oh, like, it sucks, but I don't know. It's really weird. Mellow Yellow. Hello, you. So,
hey, Mellow Yellow.
Yes, that's what Keeping It Real calls me Mellow Yellow. That is one of my TikTok buddies. My TikTok buddies, they come through. Let's do it. Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's do it. We're ready. We want to have
that.
a talk. We want to
I'm
have
gonna
a
hold
talk.
you to that.
I think it's an important talk because the dialogue and the rhetoric that he, has left with us is still very important. So I think we have some important stuff to say too around that topic that's unique, right? But I just, I'm sad to see the story play out the way it played out. And although I have definitely been, I'm not a Samuelite, I have to admit to all the Samuelites out there in the universe. I am not one of. Wait, I'm about to take one of your lines. Story time. So y'all know I'm out here actively dating, proactively, no, selectively dating. Anyway, I had a gentleman as part of the pickup line talk about Kevin Samuels, and I was like, he was a Samuelite. He was a Samuelite. And I was just really confused why you thought that would be okay to like introduce that topic, like to holler at me. Anyway, whatever. I don't know. I'm super excited to talk about it. I'm super sad. Rest in peace, like all that good stuff. And I really say that genuinely, right? I'm not a Samuelite, but I would never wish that upon anyone. I could not help but to feel a sense of like, wow, like the irony in what recently went viral, the whole conversation around a certain group of ladies that will die alone. I think that there's some irony in that viral messaging that was the talk of the town recently, and this happening. And it doesn't mean that I'm happy or, you know, I'm a proponent of anyone, you know, that happening to anyone. I do think it's some irony there, and I can't help but to feel that way. And I'm super excited to like touch on this and, you know, send peace and blessings to everybody out there. I pray that we begin a rhetoric, a conversation that supports men and women not being opposed, like in opposition, but in partnership and understanding of one another versus against one another. And I pray that that happens for us sooner rather than later.
So.
Anyways.
Red flag.
So, red flag. Keeping it real, said I did not always agree with his delivery, but he did make some valid points. Okay, we're going to save that for another conversation because we'll be here all night talking about that. What you think, Lady J?
I believe so.
Tell me about your week. What you doing over the year?
Honestly, I don't know. It was just a week. Like, it wasn't anything crazy. Oh, my birthday was Sunday.
Yes.
I didn't really do anything. I'm not like a big, huge like birthday celebrator for myself. I'm more on the aspect of celebrating other people's day. Like I super preach really hard, like, oh, it's your special day. Like it was another day that you got this and this. Like, so I'm super like that person, but then I'm kind of hypocritical because when it comes to like my day, I kind of am just like, it's just another day. It's fine. It's all good. It's great. Amazing. I will say that my TikTok buddies, my TikTok friends made it awesome. Because what did I do? I went on live for TikTok. So I made like I cooked, I made tacos and you know, I got crumb snatches, right? I got crumb snatches. So they was all like, Mom, we should go out to eat for your birthday. I don't want to go out to eat for my birthday. We should get pizza and watch a movie. I don't want to do any of that for my birthday. So like, why do I have to do what you want to do? So I went, I got cupcakes. Y'all know I'm a baker, right? So I cheated. I got cupcakes and ice cream from like the grocery store for them because I was like, I don't want to bake a whole cake for myself, like, because I don't eat cake. I don't eat cake. So I was like, I'll get something for them. We can put a candle on it. We blow the candle out or whatever.
Did you make a wish? Did you make a wish?
I don't remember. I'm be honest. I'm be honest. I was on TikTok and my TikTok buddies was like, it's adult beverages for Lady J's birthday. And so they were egging me on. Tonio, you're a pusher. My friend Fitz, he's a pusher. So they were pushing adult drinks on me. So I'm gonna be honest. Lady J doesn't remember if she blew the candle out or not.
Well, let's have a moment right now, Lady J. I want you to close your eyes and make a wish. Close your eyes and make a wish. All of us here are gonna wish some good things upon this wish. All right. Now you're gonna tell us what the wish is.
I was trying to think of a good wish.
Oh my gosh, Lady J.
I don't know what to wish. Okay, hold on. Let me think.
Well, what do you want?
What's a good wish? Okay. I don't think you're supposed to tell people your wish though.
You're not, but
I thought if you tell people your wish, it doesn't come true.
I don't believe in that, but okay. Well, you keep it to yourself and you share with us in 12 months. Come back into next year and tell us if it came true.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. We'll do that.
We're gonna manifest that we'll be back next year.
There we go. So I did that. The rest of the week was pretty much, you know, same old. Shut your face, Tonio. And I did that, and then I decided that I am going to take myself out. Somebody was talking about steak on TikTok yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I want to go to a good steakhouse. So I think tomorrow what I'm going to do is there's a Brazilian steakhouse. I think I'm going to go take myself out for dinner for like a belated birthday / Mother's Day dinner and just enjoy myself.
You like steak? Now,
I love steak.
How do you prepare your steak or prefer for it to be
medium? So what I had to learn is I prepare it at home medium well, but when you go out, you have to tell them to make it medium. because if you tell them medium well, it's burnt. It's burnt to a crisp and it's dry. So you have to tell them you like it medium, and then you get it medium well.
You know a little something, Lady J. I like you. I knew I liked you. Everybody, drop it in the chat who's watching. How do you prefer your steak? I want to know. I'm curious because that says a lot about you.
Crystle is all about because plating matters, y'all. We didn't talk about that at the beginning. Plating matters. She's an experienced girl. Plating matters. Keeping it real. Oh my gosh! Don't be rushing nobody. So,
what's the topic?
First of all, keeping it real. I feel like you're trying to tell me something, but we'll move past that, Kevy Kev. So, meeting the representative versus the real. That is our first topic that we are going to talk about. So I have been having, as always, a bunch of conversations with people on TikTok in the wild or whatever about meeting the representative. So if you don't know what the representative is the person that you go on this date with, or the person that you're dealing with, right? You meet somebody, you guys are like interested in each other. Back in my day, we called it talking or whatever. Y'all call it something else. Y'all call it meetups and all kinds of other stuff. So it's this person that you're interested in, and you meeting the person they want you to think that they are, as opposed to the person that they are. Because why? Because the representative is the person that reels you in and then like grabs you. And then once they grab you, now then you get to see the real person. And by this time, you done already got so caught up in them that it's the whole issue. So I want to talk about this whole representative person. I'm curious, Crystle, what is your view? Because I am so
on meeting the representative versus the real person. Help me understand. Yes. So you tell me. I know I normally go. You pivot to me, but I want to know what your thoughts are so I can understand more to elaborate on what my thoughts are.
So, and people have this idea that like, okay, you're this one person, right? Okay, so let's say, okay, so this is how it usually goes, right? I call it the impression phase. That's what I call it, which I cannot stand and I absolutely hate. The impression phase. This phase where a woman says, oh, I cook, I clean, I fold clothes, I do this, I cater to you, I make sure that when you come home, it's all amazing. And, I'm taking care of you, blah, 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 blah. And then the guy says, I open doors and I pull out chairs and, you want to go to 5-star restaurants and I get flowers every weekend and all this other stuff, right? This is what we say, right? When we're just meeting a person, right? You give them everything that they want to hear, as opposed to what they will really do after they get you, after they get comfortable, after you're secure in this spot. I don't like that. I don't want to meet your representative. I don't never, ever, never in life leave your representative under a rock, leave them in your house, leave them at your job, wherever they need to be, not in my space, leave them there. Because I don't want to meet the representative. I want to know exactly who you are, how you are, and your good, your bad, your ugly, your whatever it is. That's what I want to know. That's who I want to meet, because that's who I'm going to have to deal with after the representative disappears. So for me, that's what I want to see. I don't want to meet the representative. You keep the representative somewhere else. So my question is, what are your thoughts on the representative? Do you think like that's a good thing? Do you think that's like, it's like inevitable? That's how people are going to be? Like, what are your thoughts on the representative?
I think the representative definitely shows up naturally for everybody, right? And please, I really, really hope that I answer this question correctly, because I'm gonna be a little two-sided, if you will, right? Sidebar. Looks like Antonio likes his steak still mooing, ears flapping, and tail swatting flies. Okay, so we all know what a good steak tastes like so far. Keep it coming. But anyway, sorry. I think we all show up with our representative, right? I do a little study in astrology. I write birth charts on the side, and a lot of folks don't know about the signs. And, you know, according to astrology, we all have multiple influences in our chart. And one of those signs is our rising sign, which is the person that it's your mask. It is the person that you show up as. And then you have all types of other deep-rooted, like, you know, influences from your moon sign, your sun sign. You know, it's the people, the part of you that not a lot of people will ever get to know or see unless they're very, very connected to you, right? So with that little insight, if I can be honest, I actually, when I learned that, I started to have another understanding of showing up with your representative, right? I don't know if it's always with bad intention or to be manipulative. I think knowing what I know about rising signs, we all have who we show up as when we're first meeting someone. We wear a mask, and it's actually natural for that to happen. It's when you really start to spend time and get to know someone that you see who they truly are, and it's when they are even able to reveal it. And it's, to me, it's not a bad thing. It's just the natural evolution of getting to know someone. All these parts are them. All these parts are them. Now, how I feel about that, I just feel that that's why it's important to really get to know people in all shapes, ways, time frames. Like, you really have to be in very, I'll leave it at this. My best friend and I, she's an Aries, right? I don't mean to make this about the zodiac signs, but like, I don't like Aries for real, but I love her. She is like one of the, like, one of the individuals in the world who really understands me, right? And I am a Scorpio, and normally Aries people, like, they rub me the wrong way, but she really understands me. She really gets me. We didn't have a huge falling out until like 12 years into our relationship, where we were put in a business situation. We launched a business project together. We were put in a stressful environment, and all things went to HE double hockey sticks. I saw things in her. She saw things in me that we had never experienced before, and it caused a rift, right? I know that's not exactly talking about, like, you know, dating, but
no,
I wanted to give that example.
I think it's all across the board.
Right, where you can experience that, dating someone for like 2-3 weeks, or being friends with someone for 2-3 weeks, and then a month, 2 in, you're like, oh, their representative is gone, right? So I had that experience after 13 years of friendship, right? So I go back to say, that's how I feel about the representative. We all have that, and it's not from ill intention. I think we are naturally who we are when we show up, based on whatever influences make us that person. And then when we're put in situations, we show other things. And that's why it's important to get to know people and spend time with people. So hopefully that helps.
I feel like...
Oh, and I messed up as a producer. I forgot to bring me back.
No, you're fine. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't think we all have to come as a representative. Like, I don't think, and maybe I think too highly of myself. I don't know.
I'm gonna run your chart and find out.
Maybe Lady J thinks too highly of herself. But I tell people all the time, I'm like an onion. I have layers, right? So you're gonna get a different side of me depending on what situation we are in, what's going on. And I tell people all the time on TikTok, what you see is what you get. So the person that you see sitting here on the show is who I am. Now, do I curse a little bit more? Yes, I do. I just am a little bit more, you know, reserved for you know, the show or whatever. But I feel like when I show up as the person that I am, because this is the thing. I don't like surprises. And I've dealt with people who show up as a representative, right? And once upon a time, I did that in my first marriage. I played the part of the representative because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. So I thought I was supposed to be Susie Homemaker. So I thought that I was supposed to, like, make sure the house was super clean and dinner is cooked as soon as he comes home, and everything is so perfect, and there's supposed to be all these things that are done, and and so that's what I did. That's what I did, and it didn't work.
But were you the
and it was like, wait a minute,
or was that who you wanted to be as a wife? Could that have just been who you wanted to be as a wife, even though it didn't work, and you've now changed that because we all evolve?
We do evolve.
That have just been who you wanted to be?
So now, do I still do those things as a wife, as a partner, as a significant other, a spouse, whatever you call it? Yes, I do. But I had a different mindset about it back in that time frame. I really thought that like I needed to show this perfect side, that it was like, okay, all the clothes are always done. All the dinners on the table at all times. This is this. As opposed to, you know what, it's an off day. I'm not folding them clothes. I don't feel like cooking. I ordered some pizza today. Okay. That's what it is. And if you don't want it, pretty sure there's something in there you kind of cook if you want to. So I was playing the role of the representative, but it didn't pan out because it was like, okay, it didn't work. So now I'm very open and like, yo, listen, I need to kind of know where you're at, what you want, how are you, what are you looking for? What are you trying to gain? What is the end game of this situation? Just be that. I just want to listen. If you got a bad habit of, I need to know if you're a liar. I need to know if you're a cheater. I need to know if you pick your nose on Thursdays. I need to know if every Tuesday you like to have tacos. Like whatever the case and point or situation may be, I need to know all of that. Okay.
Right.
I just want to know who you are and how you are, because I feel like when you meet a person's representative, so that's what you get caught up on. That's the thing. You have this expectation of the representative. So then when the representative disappears and the real person comes along, there's a whole nother situation. So now I'm not dealing with the real person as a representative. I'm dealing with your counterpart that is acting as you. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want, no. I need to know, listen, if you're a liar, be a liar. If you're not really into me that deeply, don't be that into me deeply. Just let me know, listen, what you want from me. I need to know so I can know how I can move accordingly. So I don't want to meet the representative. I keep them, listen, under the rock, at home, wherever. I don't care. I don't want to meet the representative. And I feel like, listen, this is me. This is who I am. Yep, Lady J likes adult beverages. She does, okay? So if I go out on that date with you, I sure be like, yo, let me get that Coke and rum. And you know what? Could you bring a shot with it too? Thank you, of tequila. Thank you very much. Listen, do I want that steak tonight? I want that steak tonight. Listen, am I going to say what I'm going to say on my mind? I sure the heck am. Sure am. That's what it is. Point blank in the period. Because if I give you something fake and then you come around, listen, we know. So on TikTok, we talk about this all the time. Lady J ain't got no hump rump, okay? She has no hump rump. What that means? She ain't got no butt, okay? And she got a little bit of a gut, okay? I'm real honest about it. I tell you right up front. Listen, so if you meet me in person, you're not shocked nor are you surprised.
Don't be confused.
That is what it is. Because I don't want to, because what happens when you really meet who I really am? What happens when the makeup comes off? What happens when I take the hair off? What happens when you really look at me and you see me, you're like, nah, that's not what I thought it was. I don't want to meet the representative. I don't want to play with the representative. I don't want to do that. So I feel like I show up as myself. I do. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But that's how I feel like I show up. Huh?
As I chew on my cheesy bread. Listen, it's so funny you said that because I have a strategy for dating online. Are you ready for it? On my dating sites, I put up ugly pictures. I put up ugly photos. That's my strat. Now, I don't think any of my photos are really ugly, but they're not like, the glam shots, right? They're like, oh, that was a cute one. That probably would never be a profile pic, but it was cute, right? I put up those photos, and I on purpose find photos where my hair is like really natural and not fresh, and or maybe like I had like a workout outfit on where you can see all my shape, right? Because I'm sometimes, I won't say that I'm insecure about it in dating, but like I feel insecure about it when it comes to dating online. Because I don't want anyone to be like, oh, because I have pretty thin extremities. Like my ankles and my wrists are tinier than what you get in my hips. And so I'll put like, this, anyway, showing it all. So I've said this before. I put up the ugly pictures because not that I don't have confidence or anything like that, but I when I show up looking like me every single time, they're like, "Oh, damn, you look better in person." It works. I don't ever want to be a representative. Plus, I like to do some trickery. But I get you. It was a little funny way of looking at it, but I totally understand. It's just like, how many of us are shown? I'm following you now. Because at first I'm like, no, I think we all have a representative. We all have someone that we show up as when we're first meeting someone because we haven't revealed everything yet. Now, I think that's true. But I get what you're saying now. It's like, how many of us are really just like faking and frauding who we really are for the sake of impressing someone else? And I was in a 2-year relationship. We lived together and we were really progressive in our relationship, if you will. And girl, I've been there. I'm talking like breakfast, lunch, dinner, washing the clothes. Do you know how much it takes out of you to prepare breakfast, prepare lunch, prepare dinner, if not all together in advance, right? Wash the clothes, fold the clothes, put the clothes away. And I know because you got kids and all that stuff. Like it was just
Girl, I got
me and the
kids, and I
dog
was
and
I was
the
married
man.
7.5 years and then another 13. Listen, I've
And
been doing this for a long time.
I was exhausted. And I became exhausted when the relationship ended. Like when I was doing it, and that's partially why I'm like, is it a representative? Is it who I want it to be as this woman in this man's life, this particular person I adored, you know what I mean? And I really thought we were moving towards something long-term. But with that said, I was happy to do it in the moment. I thought when the relationship ended, I felt cheated and I was angry about it.
Yeah.
So was I a representative? I don't know.
I mean, if that wasn't your nature, then yes. Crystle,
listen, as I always see Demetrius. Is it Antonio? Antonio, I'm telling you, I be putting up the ratchet photos. Like
I think that if that's not your true nature, then I feel like, yeah, that is kind of like a representative. My true nature is to cater to and to take care of. It's just in me. It's just in me that way. That's what I do. Like second time around, I don't eat eggs, but I learned how to make a whole omelet. And let me tell you something. Lady J makes an amazing omelet, okay? She makes a bomb behind omelet, okay? I was trying not to cuss. I make a bomb ass omelet. So it's in my nature to cater to the person that I am with. It's just in me. Mm-hmm. That's my nature.
Too.
Huh?
That's my nature too. So that's why I said, is it a representative, or did you grow from a situation and feel cheated by that situation? Or were you a representative?
I do feel like in the beginning with the first marriage, I feel like it was me being a representative because I thought that that's what I was supposed to be. I thought I was supposed to be like the perfect wife, Sally Homemaker, as they say, things of that nature. Now, it's in me to be that way, but I thought that I had to do everything perfectly all the time at all points. Mm-hmm. And I had to learn that no, you have off days. You have off days. There are off days. It's okay. It's okay to turn the switch off. It's okay to relax. It's okay to not.
Facts.
And so
facts. I think that's a woman's thing now. And I don't want to generalize.
Maybe. So it was something that I had to learn. So that's kind of like how I looked at it. And so that's what I mean when I say like meeting the representative. I just want to know exactly who you are. And of course we have to learn people, right? Like it takes time to get to know a person. And I think to me, and a lot of people talk about like, oh, well, you meet the representative on that first date, this, and this. I'm real like old school. So like, I'm gonna talk to you for quite a while before we even go on like a first date type of deal. So I'm learning you already ahead of time. So I know, at least I'm trying to get to know a good portion of you prior to meeting up with you so that it doesn't feel like you need to you don't need to show me your representative. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm really trying to think about this though. Am I really a representative when I meet someone? I am a little bit nicer to these men when I first meet them. I'm a little bit more patient. I'm a little bit more understanding. But however, I'm doing it. I'm why you say
Just telling you. Listen, that's what I'm saying. When you meet Lady J, listen, from finish to start, listen. You said what? Say it again.
I think it's important to
I don't
give.
do that.
So I think it is important to communicate. I think it's very important to communicate how this could look differently if it's something that you might not normally react in this way to, right? But I also think it's important when you meet people to be fair and to give them opportunity to show up. So I do think I play a representative where it's like, hey, I'm going to communicate to you that this is going on and I have concerns here and it could look this way, but I'm going to be like this right now because you have an opportunity. Is that being a representative or is that just having patience? And
I think that's patience.
Being fair.
I think that's patience. I think that's being fair. I think that's communication.
Right. Because I might slip next week if you do this again.
You know what I mean? Like, because to me, the representative is a person who just bypasses it and is like, okay, we're just going to act like that didn't happen. Right. And so we're just going to move forward. Nah, listen. So I noted.
Right. No.
I noted that you said this, that, and the third, and it made me feel some type of way. And so I just wanted to let you know that it did. It didn't sit well in my soul. And so, so I don't want to do that again. Okay. Thanks. All right. I'm glad, like, you could go ahead and you can say your part or whatever. We can have this conversation, but I'm going to let you know, I've moved into a space where I'm going to let you know that this was something that
I had a problem
didn't rub right. Like, it rubbed against my soul real wrong. You know, like when that heel rub on the back of your heels, like that your high heel, it rub on that shoe rub on the back of your heel, and you're like, I need that moleskin. Y'all don't know that. Us ladies, we know that about that moleskin and that heel that rub on the back, them corns and stuff like that. Yeah, no, we don't want them. So you have to stop it in advance. Okay, so you let them know ahead of time. You put that moleskin in there so you don't have them issues. That's what I'm saying. So
I'm curious.
I need to stop it in the beginning.
I'm curious if any of the folks in the audience has had an example where they were dating a representative or they showed up as a representative. Let us know. And Lady J, I want to ask, what experiences have you had recently? And this is before we hop into the next topic, because we have something else juicy to talk about too. But I'm curious, what example do you have where a fella, someone of you were interested in, showed up as a representative and it changed the game?
Oh, my ex-husband.
Wait, the whole marriage? That's a long time.
But like, there were different people when I met them. Like, they just did certain things in the beginning, and then it was like once we got into relationship together, it was like that's when things started to change. And so it was like, oh, but you said this, that, and the third, and then now we're in relationship, and now you're not. The math ain't mathing. Something is not right. 2 + 2 is 4. It's not 57. I'm confused. So, and I acknowledge that I picked them, and I acknowledge that there were certain things that I bypassed. There were blinders that I put on. I ignored certain red flags. And so I'm super huge on taking accountability and responsibility for the part that you play in relationship. And I know that there were things that now, at least I know, I didn't know then. But I know now that there were things that I ignored. I looked past. I put blinders on. And so, fun fact, yeah, there was a lot of like, oh, I would do this, I would do that, and all that. And so those that was my I can't hear you.
Sorry, I was on mute. I think a lot of men make a lot of promises to us that they can't keep, but I've been there. I don't have to go down a list, but I think I've been there as well, where, you know, you are one way to get it. And once you got it, hence why a lot of us ladies are who we are today, to be honest. Like, and it's funny, we were talking about the beginning, you know, the RIP situation. When I watch a lot of like the conversation around like where we're all on different sides of the story or different sides of the debate about what's really wrong in our relationships, in our communities, when it comes to when we're loving on one another between genders, if you will. And I'm speaking about a heterosexual situation. Obviously, if there's other situations involved, you know, I'm not being biased, but I just don't know. I know about them, but I know from a male and female heterosexual situation, like when you look at it and observe what's happening between us, it almost seems like, damn, I had a squirrel moment. Totally lost my train of thought. It might be the wine. It almost seems like I don't even know. I was making a point about how women are at a point where the reason why we are who we are, we're independent, we are super just, you know it all. We got this. And so I feel that our men feel like we don't want to hear anything. We don't want to hold ourselves accountable for anything. And I think that's furthest from the truth. It's just, we have been with a lot of representatives. I feel, from my experience, I have experienced a lot of representatives that have changed me from this pure, loving, innocent, understanding, like initially, right, woman, young girl, to this woman who's just got her shield up. I'm just like, whoa, I get you. Yeah, I get you on that. I think we a lot of us have experienced that. That's all I wanted to say.
I believe that. I think men and women both experience the representative. You know, I think it's
not to be biased. I just speak for women because not to be biased that I don't believe that men don't experience. I speak for women because I'm a woman.
Yes, so and I get that. No, I'm right, because and I tell people that all the time. I can only speak for me and my experience. I can't speak for all women. I can only speak for mine. But I think that we all kind of like have dealt with a representative at some point in time. But you ready to move on to the next topic? Well,
I'm just curious.
So, if you're guarded in your position to date, so
are you? If you're guarded, are you in a position to date?
So, dating while guarded, I think, in my personal opinion, I feel as though I think we're all guarded to some degree. And before I hopped on here, I was on TikTok, and we kind of like brushed up on this because people ask, like, they're like, well, what is the topic for tonight, this, that, and the third? And so I was talking about it, and hey you, hey Black Hulk, hi Ralph. And so I think to some degree everybody is guarded, right? Because you are protecting your heart. Excuse me, that's not your heart, that's your mind. Your heart, your mind, your soul, right? So I feel as though to some degree you are guarded. Now, when are you too guarded to date is the thing. I think that's a better question, is because I know I'm guarded. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, Lady J is guarded. Okay. She is, I'm not gonna say like Fort Knox, because once upon a time she was like Fort Knox, but she is guarded. But I feel as though we are all guarded to some degree because you're protecting your interests, right? Because you pouring into another person is a scary thing. In my opinion, it is, at least. If I'm pouring into someone to get to know them and I'm hoping that they're pouring into me, hopefully in the same manner, if not more, I'm guarding myself because I don't want to be hurt. So I feel like there's nothing wrong with being guarded to an extent, but when you're so guarded to where you're, Wonder Woman and out up in here, and it's like pew, 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 and you like blocking everything, people trying so hard, but you blocking everything because you're so guarded, I think that's when it becomes a problem. But I don't know. What do you think, lady?
Yeah, I just talked about the shield, right? So I have to be honest and true to myself that I think I had a gentleman say to me recently, it was like our second or third date. He kind of messed up, you know what I mean, on the first go around. And I cut him off immediately. And because he did something for me that was a personal red flag, right? It was like a zero tolerance red flag.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh, well, this ain't gonna work. And I cut him off. And it was like some time had passed and he was like, look, I know this happened and I get it. Because you know what? At first I didn't get it, but now I get it because we all got shit with us. We all are healing from something. And I got why you did that. It made sense to me. So I share that to say that I agree with you. We all are guarded. But I do feel like, yeah, if you're not willing to let down those walls when those green flags show, then you probably aren't in a place of healing where you need to date. You have some people so broken, so unhealed, so guarded, and they use it as a crutch, as an excuse, and then you out here wasting people's time. Yeah. You have to be at a space where, what did Beyonce? Remember those walls I built? Well, baby, they're tumbling down. You have to be at a space where, all right, yeah, we showing up. I got the shield because I've been through some stuff. But are you in a place where if someone shows you those green flags, if someone shows you the effort that you are yearning for and you recognize goodness in this person, and you're not willing to let that down, I think you need to go somewhere else and stop wasting this person's time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go ahead and pop this up here. Looks like Black Hawk said, I'm guarding my wings. Lemon pepper all flats. Yes. Oh, that was funny. That was a joke. It almost went over my head.
He's so silly. Respectfully, you have to have a middle ground, but people are what sometimes? Oh,
or asses. Asses? It might be ass. So, yeah.
I won't say something.
I don't know. That's how I feel about that. You like some of us need to get out the field, get off the track. Like, I mean, I'm big on this. Like, if you got so many issues with you where you're not really dating health in a healthy way, a lot of us just need to get off the roadway. You in the way.
I do agree. I feel like, and that's why I say, like, it depends on how guarded are you. I feel like you can meet a person, right? And they are super guarded, right? They're super private, super protective, super guarded. They're stuck in certain ways. But if you see there's an effort, right, that they're showing, right, that they're growing, they're letting that guard down. I think at that point, I feel like, and maybe I'm naive in it, I don't know, but I feel like if someone is showing you effort that, hey, I'm guarded, and if they tell you, especially if they tell you, hey, this is my nature.
I got some shit.
This is, you know what I mean? Like, this is my nature. This is how I am. Because I'm a firm believer that you're supposed to let people, when you let people know the way that you are, in your behaviors and your movements, it allows them to know how to deal with you as a person. When people don't know how to deal with you as a person, and then you just show up with all this crazy, and then they're like, well, that was weird. You know what I mean? Like, but if I tell you, hey, listen, and you don't have to do this in the beginning, right? The representative type deal. Like, I don't have to come to you and give you everything at the beginning, but as we're getting to know each other, I let you know, hey, so listen, I done been through some stuff. I am a little guarded. It does take me a little bit to kind of open up to people and to let people in. If you tell me from jump, I'm a bit guarded. It takes a little bit for me to let people in. But I'm willing to see where this goes. Okay, got it. Noted. Great. That's amazing. Now, if there's no progression, like if we're dealing and it's a constant, like you just keep knocking me down, that's different as opposed to someone who is showing you progression and someone who is actually like okay, I see where you're coming from. Okay, and they give you something. You're growing, you're moving, they're opening up, things of that nature. Yes, I can understand, but I think you have to really know the balance. I think, and I think as each person, as an individual, you have to know what is your tolerance level.
Right. Facts.
So what's your tolerance level? Like, how long is too long for you to wait? I literally.
So I'm curious. No, I'm curious. Like, no, go ahead. Finish your thought. Because this
no, just, I knew of this lady. Story time. She was married to this guy, and they had been married, I think, for like 6 or 7 years or something like that. And she was like talking about how she was looking at divorce or whatever. And so we had one conversation about divorce, and then I saw her again a couple of months later, and I was telling her about someone else that I knew that was going through a divorce. And I was like, yeah, you know, I knew this lady and she had all this stuff. Hey, Jen. Hey, Jen's Twisted. How are you? She had all this stuff that was going on. She had been with this man for 20 plus years. He had like all kinds of situations going on or whatever. So I tell her this story, and she's like a Christian woman. So she was like, oh no. When I told her that the lady was getting ready to get divorced, she was like, oh no, honey, that's not right. She's not supposed to do that. She shouldn't get divorced. I said, when is too much? When do you consider too much to be too much? Like, what is your saving? Like, what is your saving grace? What is your end point? Like, you want somebody to stay in something that they've been in for 20 years that's like just crazy, out of control, like, because you faith-wise you think a certain way, and it was like, nah, like everybody's breaking point is different. So she decided she wanted to stay in her marriage because she was like, I'm standing on it from faith, and this is this. And then the other lady was deciding that I'm not, because her situation was so crazy. Well, eventually the other lady, the first one who I was talking to that was married for 6, 7 years, she really realized like, oh yeah, you know what? 6, 7 years was too much for me. This is too much. I think that we have to know for a fact, when is too much too much? When have I had enough? What is my breaking point? So you really have to know yourself. You have to know when is too much for you. And can I really stick with that whole, like, you're so guarded? How long is you being guarded gonna last for me? Like, how long you gonna keep me on the outs as opposed to letting me in and letting me get to know you and letting me move into that space with you? Sensational. So I think that's where you kind of have to, you got to know you. You got to know.
All right, I'm curious.
Your boundaries or whatever.
I have to ask, how do we receive guarded people? Because
how do
we receive? How do we respond to? How do we make it work? And I feel like we can talk about all day when we felt guarded, or we've been exposed to people who have felt guarded. You know, they're holding back, they have their walls up, right? Because they've been through things. I can relate to that. I want to know, how do we respond and receive the energy from someone who is guarded? We're open. We're open. This person does not have me with my walls up, right? So I'm wide open, right? So whatever I'm going through is not revealed, but they are. How do we receive that? How do we respond to that? How do we make that work?
I think, like with every person, I think you have to deal with each person as they are, right? So I think you have to get to know your person, right? The people that you're dealing with, you have to know them. How do they maneuver? How do they react to the way you maneuver with them? So I feel as though, I'm letting the fairies are thinking. I think you have to have leniency with, I'm very guarded with people. I think you have to know what kind of leniency you need to have with a person, and when you need to stand your ground, I think, if that makes sense. So some people like Jennifer. So Jen's twisted. Jen, I call Jen twisted because that's what she is on TikTok for me. Jennifer Smith says, I'm very guarded with people. So knowing from jump, she's very guarded with people. I'm not going to, if I get a bad vibe, I'm gone, right? So I know that I just can't go ham on Jen. I just can't be like, oh, well, you super guarded and, you need to understand that that's not what I'm accepting and you need to open up to me and this, right? Like, because that's not her character. That's not her nature. She's not going to be receiving and receptive of that. So I feel like you have to really pay attention and know the people that you're dealing with so you can know how to deal with them. So if you deal with a person who is guarded, so I've recently dealt with a person who is actually a very guarded person. And I've been dealing with them for a couple of months or whatnot. They're a very guarded person. They're very like private or whatnot. And I've just allowed them the space to move the way they need to see fit to move. I don't push. I don't pry. I'm just there. When you need somebody to talk to, whatever. Hey, I'm here. Thank you for your time. I appreciate this, that, and the third. And now me being in that space has allowed them to feel comfortable enough to open up and share different things with me. Now, I also had to be, shush your face, Michael Hennessy. I also had to be I had to really put, no, ain't no sneaky links up in this mug. Get your life, ain't no sneaky links. No. I also had to be very straightforward though. So I have to know how to deal with the person, but I also have to be direct with you so that in a manner of being able to relate my directness to you in a sense where you understand that, hey, listen, I get that you're guarded, but I'm just not going to allow you to like keep me on the outskirts of something. If you want to have a friendship, relationship, situationship, whatever it is, and whoever I'm dealing with, I'll only push so far. So I'm not going to keep pushing and asking because you got to feel comfortable with it. And if you don't feel comfortable with it, you will absolutely know when I'm pulled back and I'm like, all right, I'm good. No, thank you. Pass on this. Whether that be friendship, relationship, whatever it is, family ties, whatever it is, I feel like you really have to know the person, and you really do. I think you do have to have a limit. I think you have to have boundaries. I think you have to set in place, hey, listen, this is where I stop. This is where I stop.
I just got a download. I think it just hit me. Like the lightning outside right now. It's raining here in VA, y'all. Oh my gosh. My lights might go out.
Uh-oh.
So, you know what? I don't think we're guarded with people that we feel good with. We feel a natural chemistry with. And it makes sense. And it's probably meant to be. I just got that download.
Everybody.
I think, but also you haven't found your person.
I have found a person who felt like home, and I was guarded with them as well. I'm open, but I'm guarded at the same time because I'm scared.
And I don't know, and that's what I'm getting. This is my download. I don't know. I know I can't speak for your relationships. This is not directly to yours, but I think a lot of times, man, we get caught up in relationships thinking and feeling and loving and believing, and we want it so bad. And there's great things about it, but I don't know if I haven't found my person either. I feel like I found, like, when we were talking about this earlier, Lady J, I feel like I found my twin flame. And as much as that person is not a safe space for me to be with right now in a dating situation, because we're not going to be together, I've never felt guarded with that person. And they are like the number one thing that does not make sense in my life. So I'm thinking like that. But when I think about my download I just received, I don't know. When I think about what the comment was from Jennifer Smith, like, if I get a vibe, I'm gone. I think we can also translate that if we're guarded, we are going to have walls up. And I don't know if we do that with people that we naturally feel good with, even if you think you feel good with them. I don't know. That's my download. It came through.
Sometimes meeting new people feels like being questioned by the police. That's understandable.
Questioned by the police. Girl.
I have met a person who I felt like was like home. They felt like they felt very comfortable. They felt very easy to talk to. They felt like I could give everything to.
Right.
But I was still guarded in some ways because
your space knew. Your energy knew. All right, go ahead.
Huh?
I said your energy knew. Your energy knew. You knew things that you didn't know. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you tell your truth.
I just feel as though I'm always kind of, it's just within me, the person that I am, to be slightly guarded, because who likes rejection, right? Like, nobody likes rejection. Nobody wants to like say like, "Ooh, hey, I feel this way." Right? And then the other person is like, "Oh, so about that." Whoa, wait, what about that? So, I feel like there's always a part of me until I really feel, and even still, even when I feel all the way safe with you, I still feel slightly guarded because of my own insecurities. If you don't feel good, as Jill Scott's song, I'm not doing it.
What song is that? He loves me. Is that the one? What song is that?
I feel like for me, the person that I am, and it might be because I'm an overthinker, I'm kind of always like, ooh, but what if this? Ooh, but what if that? I'm doing better with my overthinking, but I feel like I always slightly feel guarded. Even with a person that feels like absolute home, that feels like absolute safety. It's still kind of like that edge of like, ooh. It's like double dutch. It's like double dutch. It's like double dutch. When you're playing double dutch and you're like, okay, do I go in now? Do I go in now? Oh, okay, I can get in here.
I can't say this is truth yet, but in like 50 years when we 80 and you found your person, we're gonna revisit this conversation. I have an epiphany. I think that we don't feel that when we feel it. And I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
So we're good then? We're moving on to the next topic?
It's up to you. I got a question on the board.
Oh, you got a question on the board?
Yeah. It's on the board.
I'm attracted to you. Does that mean I like you?
We switching gears a little bit.
So I have this thing. Y'all have to forgive me. I have this thing about the aesthetic of a person.
Okay.
And I feel as though I just literally realized this week while I was talking to somebody. Well, I knew that I have this whole aesthetic thing, right? So of course, right, you meet someone and that's what you first get, right? What they look like, right? So are you attracted to this person physically? Because you're meeting more idiots, Lady J. So you on guard. Shut your face, Michael Hennessy. Sorry. It's hard to put yourself out there. Story time. Yes, I know, Ralph. So I feel like, I sit on TikTok a lot and I get like, could you be my TikTok baby mama? Could you be my TikTok wife? Could you be my TikTok girlfriend? I want to marry you. Like all that. You're so gorgeous. You're so this. And I'm a really big person on like, yeah, but beauty fades. So I get the whole thing. People always are talking about how, well, when you first meet a person, that's all you see, right? If you don't hear them say anything, right? So if I meet somebody in the wild, as I call it, anything outside the door is the wild for me. Okay. So if I meet you in the wild, right? I'm at Walmart because they continually tell me on TikTok that I don't go nowhere. So clearly the only place I will meet somebody is at Walmart. So if I meet you in Walmart and I see you, I see the aesthetics. I see what you look like on the outside, right? So I see this guy and I'm like, oh, he's cute or whatever. Or somebody sees me, they're like, oh, she's cute or whatever. I see that. I don't hear you saying anything. So I only see you. I see the aesthetics of you. I see what you look like on the outside, the exterior. I had a guy tell me one time, story time. I had this gentleman reach out to me in my inbox and he was trying to get at me or whatever. And he gets on the phone with me or whatever. And he's telling me that, so I know that like I'm attracted to you and you must be attracted to me because you on the phone with me. I said, sir, you're a very attractive man. I said, but just because I think that you are attractive on the outside does not necessarily mean that I am attracted to you and that I like you. And I think I do go places. I really feel like people think that if you are physically attracted to somebody, that means you like them. Like in this day and age, I think that that's what it equates to. I think that's what it equates to. It's crazy. Like, I really feel like that's what people think in this day and age, that if I look at you and I think that you are a handsome gentleman, you are 6 foot and some change with muscles and I don't know, beards or whatever everybody all into and all this stuff. Like, you think that because I think you are physically attractive, that I automatically am into you. I don't like that idea. I don't like that idea. I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like that idea. That idea agitates me. I have boundaries. I don't want to be a player no more. You're so silly.
No more. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot.
Like, I really don't like that idea. Like that,
Right.
but I think that's how people really view things. Like I didn't know what it was about the aesthetic thing that bothered me so much. I did not know what it was. I just thought it was like the fact that people looked at me and saw just the exterior of me, as opposed to having a conversation and dealing with me and like really conversating with me. You just, oh, you're so, there's a guy who comes into my TikTok and he tells me, he literally said to me, hey, Counsel, how are you? He literally said to me, the only reason that I am in the live, he said, the reason that I'm sitting here is because you're attractive. He told me that I would upgrade him because I said, wait, why? He said, I would be better. All of that. I would be better if I had you by my side. I said, why? He said, because of how gorgeous you are. I made your life better because I made your life better because you think I'm attractive, not because I
think that's game. I don't buy into that type of conversation. I swipe left anytime somebody tell me, hey, beautiful. I hate that. I think it's game. I'm sorry, Lady J. I think that's game.
Listen,
I think you can see
I don't care what it is.
amount away with those type of dudes, and we're gonna run that back one more time. We're gonna run that back one more time, Lady J, for the people in the back that didn't see it. That's game.
I think you know what? I'd agree with you, but I feel like there are really people who really feel like that. Like, I think Neo made a song about it. I want to say Neo made a song about it. I can't remember what the song was called. You Make Me Better. That's what it was. It was with Fabulous. You Make Me Better. And it was because she was alongside of him. He talked about how she made him better. I think that people really feel that way.
Whoa, Lady J, we've been doing
yes,
good
ma'am.
all night. We've been doing good all night. Hold on, Lady J, but you can't do that. You can't just slide that through right quick and then go ahead and like put some toxic on that song. That's actually a really
I
good
love
song.
that song. There's good to it. There's good to it. But there's a part I want to say where he says, you make me better because you're alongside me.
But not because you're beautiful. And so alongside me because you do all this stuff to fulfill me and make me better, like build me up, yes, but not alongside me because I'm attracted to you. That song does not even touch on that, and that you can't leave that out. That's what that gentleman said to you.
Maybe that's not the song, but I know there is a song where they talk about that. And I think that I really think that didn't know it. I think that there are really people who really feel like there are people.
She was trying to put some dirt on that song. That's a good song.
I love that song. I do. But I really think that there are people who really feel like that's a thing. Like if I have this trophy chick on the side of me, like if I have this trophy chick or whatever, it makes me better. And it's like, really?
So
So, all right. See, now we're gonna say this for our Samuelites conversation because it ties in. If you missed the beginning of the show, we had before all of the news about King Samuelites, Lady J and I have been working and talking behind the scenes about producing a really good, thorough show to touch on some of these topics. So it's not just because it's trending. We definitely have something that we have in the works. When that airs, we'll touch more on it. But Lady J, I think what you're saying kind of ties in a little bit to that stuff where you do have a very small percentage. It's a certain percentage of men that really want, require, ask for, and need the trophy wife. And a lot of the times it's because it's their goal to have a trophy wife. It's not for commitment to this one person, even though they might commit to that person. They might marry that person. They might, invest or give dowry, to celebrate their union, right? But you have some people who live that life, but there's other things that come with that. I don't know if we're a part of those groups. Like I'm not doing trophy wife. I'm sorry. And I think it's important for us to recognize where that happens, what communities that happen in. And I don't know. And if you hollering at me on my TikTok like that, I just think you need to move to the left. But go ahead.
No, that's fine. But the question is do you think like a person aesthetically, does that mean that you are interested in it?
How Ralph know I like burgers? I'm actually trying to go vegetarian this week, Ralph. No, thank you. Aesthetically, all right. If I think a guy's there's plenty of men that I'm super attracted to. I think it's fine as FUCK. I'm gonna be very honest, but I don't necessarily like them because they are cute. There's a lot of men I think are super duper sexy, and it's the inside, it's the personality that turns me off. I mean, I don't know why, but y'all buff, bodybuilders out there in the world, y'all love y'all some thick women, man. I've had a few in my day. They love them some plus size girls, let me tell you. And I've dated several. I don't know how or why, but I've ended up with several personal trainers. I hear that storm coming through. Ooh, I'm scared. I've dated several like personal trainers, and I use them as an example because they're typically very attractive, right? And in all honesty, like there's very ugly traits that I have found in some of them that have come out after the representative is gone because there's a shallowness. There is I know I'm the SHIT. There is once I got you and I got you, the manipulation and the narcissism starts to come out. You know what I mean? And you're really a womanizer, right? I'm not saying all personal trainers do this. Let me correct that. But I'm just giving you that example from my experience, right? I've experienced that. And I'll leave you in a quick second. Don't think for 1 second because you find that you can be ugly inside. And that's how I feel about it. And I do think that some people of the opposite sex, men, probably feel like they like women or they want women because they're attractive. I don't think that stands on any real ground, though. I don't think that's concrete love or a concrete relationship. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I feel like I don't know, like I said, I just really we doing this in the wild. Get out of here. You don't like that idea? What idea? I like I said, I didn't really get why I didn't really get why I got it in a sense because I don't like the idea that you're so focused on my exterior, right? My aesthetic, the way that I look, because beauty fades. If I go get hit by a bus today, are you still gonna like me? You still gonna be super interested if I go get hit by a bus and then my face is mangled? Are you know what I'm saying? Like, are you still gonna be interested, or is that not what's gonna happen? And so I didn't I couldn't deal with it. I was like, this is so annoying. Like, I've talked about how, like, people, like, there was a guy who every day would sit up there and tell me, you're so gorgeous, this and this. Like, every day you text this. Okay, that's great. Did you enjoy the conversation that we had though today? Like, can we have the conversation without talking about what I look like? Can we not talk about what I look like today? Can we just talk about something else? I don't know. Let's talk about cheeseburgers and fries. I don't really care what we talk about. Crickets. I don't know. Anything, but like not what I look like. And so, like, that part, right? Something.
Can we talk
something,
about Ralph's Bistro Burger?
Something other than what I look like. And so it became annoying. And it was just like, that's so bothersome because that's all you see. You don't see my vibe. You don't see my intellectual side. You don't see that I can have an amazing conversation. You don't see that I'm a goofball or whatever. Like, I need you to see those things as well. Like, I don't know too many women who don't want to be told that they're gorgeous or beautiful or whatever, but, you know, see something else. And so
really, I think our question should be, because someone's attracted to me, does that mean they really like you?
No, that's the thing. It's like, do you like me or do you just like the way I look?
Yeah.
That's the question, is that, and I think that a lot of times people think that because they are attracted to a person aesthetically, you're attracted to my look or someone else's look, that means you like me. No, you like the way I look. Mm-hmm. You don't necessarily like me as a person. You like the way I look, and that's a different thing. And I think that people don't realize that. In my personal opinion, I feel like people don't realize that. They don't realize there's a difference in liking the way a person looks and actually liking that person's character, that person's nature, that person's mannerisms, different things like that. Because it's like, okay, you see this, like you say, oh yeah, I like this and this. But then when you get their attention, right? They're so gorgeous, they're so handsome, they're so fine, they're so this, that, and the third. But then now you want to change stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, why you want to change it though? I thought I was good. Long as I don't change the way I look, you're fine with that. But you want to change all the other stuff. And so I think that people really a lot of times have it confused. Whereas you see the aesthetic of a person, you see what they look like. You don't like the person. You like what they look like. And you are so caught up in what they look like that you done put on these dang on blinders and you're not paying attention to anything else. Nothing else flipping matters.
I mean, let's be honest though, sexual attraction is definitely an alluring thing. Sexual attraction can have you wearing some blinders. I think it's easy to get caught up that way. I have been there at least once. I learned my lesson, which is why I feel the way I feel about it. Has to be more than that, right? But being sexually attracted to someone, physically attracted to someone, can definitely have you distracted. And I'm sure there's men and women out there that have experienced that. But to your point, if someone is liking you because of that, it has to be more, or it's not going to work.
I feel like. And so, and I tell this story about this person that I met once upon a time, who was not someone that I was off the rip physically attracted to or sexually attracted to off the rip. And people are like, well, he must have been ugly. It wasn't that he was ugly. It was that it was a situation where they were providing a service and I was a customer. So I wasn't looking at them in that sense. I was like, listen, I just need you to take care of my problem. Okay. Fix this, make it better. Do what I need you to do. I don't care. And the company that I was dealing with was a horrific company. So I needed them to just fix my stuff. I wasn't paying attention to who came through the door. Listen, you could have been dang on Morris Chestnut, of I don't know, some like top model status. You could have been all kinds of everything. I wouldn't have cared because I just need you to fix some stuff. That's where I was. That's how angry I was about it. So I was not looking at this person in this manner. And as time went on, the conversations that we had just in general about life, about kids, about the job, about everything, they stimulated my mind to where now I saw them in a different light. So now I see you differently. Now I see you. Now I'm looking at you like, okay, well, they kind of cute or whatever. Okay, yeah, you know what? You could kind of get it. You know, you could maybe get it on another time or whatever. If situations were different. So I was mentally stimulated by them. I was physically stimulated by them. I was sexually stimulated by them. But that was not my first thing based upon the aesthetic of that person. Again, they weren't ugly. Wasn't nothing wrong with them. It's just I wasn't in that space. So I feel like you can absolutely be physically and sexually stimulated by a person, and it has absolutely nothing to do with their aesthetic look from the jump. A lot of people are like, well, you know, because you got to be this, and you know, that's the first thing that was not the first thing that I noticed about that person. They mentally stimulated me, and that is where it went from there. So now the physical attraction came after everything else, if that makes sense. You're on mute.
Girl, I think it makes plenty of sense. I just think also the physical attraction takes over sometimes when that's there, though. You can totally be drawn in by intellectual attraction. I'm a sapiosexual. I'll tell somebody real quick. I'd be so turned on when you talk that stuff to me. Start telling me about Think and Grow Rich and quoting stuff from The Alchemist. OMG, my insides start just moving. Yo, Ralph, feel me out here in these streets, right? So I totally relate to like being mentally stimulated, and that creates attraction. I also think that when the physical attraction is very overwhelming, it has people confused sometimes. It's a very powerful thing. It's a powerful thing, but I'm with you. I'm still with you though.
Yeah.
It has to be more. It has to be more. But so we are at that time, Lady J.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we are.
I've been wearing my producer hat. How did I do, y'all? I did the. I'm producing behind the scenes. I'm chit chatting, co-host with Lady J, the Queen, and then we're gonna do a little something right quick. We're gonna bring it round town. Hey, so
you know I gotta bring it around town. But how do we find you, Crystle D?
You're gonna make me do some producer stuff, right? Hold on, let me find it. I'm new at this, y'all. So thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Thanks for the comments. Keep it locked because we have so much more to come. You can follow me on Instagram. My Thoughts Could Be a Blog. And actually, you can find me everywhere. TikTok, My Thoughts Could Be a Blog. Instagram, My Thoughts Could Be a Blog. And if you check out mythoughtscouldbeablog.com, that is my website. More to come. Stay locked in. It's big things popping, little things stopping. Is that what you say, Lady J?
I don't know. I don't remember, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Squirrel.
Big things popping and little things stopping.
So y'all know where y'all can find me, because what runs my brain?
TikTok.
So y'all can find me on TikTok as Lady J1111. Oh, and TikTok, y'all. TikTok is liking me again. They didn't put me back on the FYP, y'all. They had took me off. They had put me on mute. They was suppressing my stuff.
What's the FYP? School me.
The For You page. So there's like a following page for all the people that you follow. So you'll see all of their stuff. But then the FYP is where TikTok pushes your content. Y'all, TikTok been holding a sister down. They was holding me down. They was holding me back. That's all right though. They got me back on there. So I'm back on the FYP. Y'all will see me coming through there. Go ahead. Go find me on TikTok. Also, you can find me on Instagram at LadyMan2008. My business pages, I have her Facebook is J's Decadent Delights. My Instagram business page is _J's_Decadent_Delights. I have a YouTube page, which is Lady J. And then I also have a Twitch page, which is Lady J _1111. Mr. Michael Hennessy has got me on all these 5 million pages. Y'all blame him for why you have to go follow me on all that stuff.
Well, it's about being flexible, like depending on where you are. And I actually signed up for a Twitch too. I keep forgetting to mention though, no action, but more action coming soon though. Lady J and I trying to figure this out. We about to be on Twitch twitching.
Well, I don't want to be twitching, but I mean, yeah.
I'm Crystle D though on Twitch as well.
But also, we want to make sure that you do follow all things Blurred Approved Entertainment. We have stuff all throughout the week. Please make sure that you follow, you like, you subscribe, hit the bell in YouTube. Make sure you get them notifications so that you can always know when Lady J and Crystle D are going to be on. You can know about when gaming is going to be on. And then on Tuesdays, y'all, we got the No Show for the adults.
The No
Put the kids to bed. Put the kids to bed. We got the XXX No Show. Listen, put the kids to bed, y'all. Listen. You got to follow with us.
He can bring the burgers and fries to the No Show with us. We want
you can just bring the burgers and the fries to me right now because I'm kind of hungry. I'm just saying. But again, thank you so much. I super appreciate, and I know Crystle appreciates y'all's support. Thank y'all for hanging out with us on yet another Friday because y'all could be doing all kinds of stuff on Fridays, but you hang with us. And so I appreciate that.
Y'all with Lady J and Crystle D.
Oh, look, there we go. Y'all, that's when I was red. The red died out, but it's okay. I'm gonna dye it again. Thank y'all again so much for hanging with us. We super appreciate it. Hope you guys have an awesome and amazing night. Make sure you again follow all things Lady J, but Blurred Approved Entertainment. Follow my friend here, Crystle D. Make sure you follow me. Y'all go find me on all my sites, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everything, all of it. Follow us. Follow Blurred Approved Entertainment. Thank y'all. Have a good night. Hi, Brittany. Have a good night. It's all good. I appreciate you coming through, girl. I appreciate you coming through.
Well, we have some late ones coming through. Bye, team. Thanks for following.
Bye, y'all.
Guess who's back? Back again. What's up?
Good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome back to Lie to Yourself.
I have a brown.
Y'all, Crystle was out here giving off a show. Lord,
luckily I caught it.
That's what you've known for so long. And for me, like a person like me who's been in a relationship for such a long time, even though I didn't realize how toxic it was until the end. So y'all are gonna think I'm super weird, okay? Fun fact, Lady J is real weird about her food, okay? But my whole entire life, I was like, white sauce does not belong on spaghetti, and chicken definitely don't belong in no spaghetti. No, I grew up, for real, listen, I'm gonna text real quick, and I'm gonna just, hey, how you been? How's work?
I love food. I won't call myself a foodie, but Lady J, I am like an experienced girl, right?
Okay.
The plating matters to me, right? If I go somewhere